Michael Portillo urged Brexiteers to exploit the EU's current political and financial crisis and gain an upper hand in the deadlocked Brexit trade negotiations. Michael Portillo questioned why more Brexiteers were not gloating about the ongoing EU financial and political crisis. The Times radio host noted the 2 points he would make about the EU crisis if he was still in a cabinet position today. In July, the EU ended 4 days of talks by agreeing a €750 billion recovery package to help those hardest hit by the coronavirus pandemic. Discussing the recent summit, the former Conservative cabinet minister told Times radio listeners, "I supported Brexit and I would have been inclined were I still in government to make 2 points. First, that the UK is very well out of this recovery deal, that we are not liable for our share of this €750 billion. Second, as was being warned, the EU is under pressure to integrate, to become more federal. It is a political union as well as a fiscal union, and unless it does integrate, the euro may not survive the strains." He continued, "But, I have not heard British politicians making those points. You would have thought Brexiteers might have done." Times Radio's special correspondent Ross Kempsell responded, "There have been some interventions from Brexiteers like Nigel Farage and some others. But there hasn't been a mainstream discussion of this by UK ministers because of the contention there is still over the free trade deals around the world and pushing further negotiations with the EU. This is all very much still in play, and that's why perhaps we haven't heard as much gloating from UK ministers as you suggest." Portillo added, "On the other hand, I haven't heard many Remainers say that it was a pity we weren't at this summit, that it was a marvellous opportunity for the UK." Kempsell remarked that it would be difficult to see if the UK would have taken any bailout money out of this coronavirus summit and how it would have benefited the UK economy, if at all. Following the bitter and heated talks last month, the EU leaders reached a landmark €1.82 trillion 7-year budget and COVID-19 recovery package worth €750 billion.